So it's timeless. It's a timeless miracle. But also we could talk about many other miracles in the Quran as well. For example, let's take history as an example. We know the Quran talks about history in a very profound way. It talks about history in a very deep way. It says, beware of your civilizational arrogance. You think you're a great civilization? Look at the civilizations before you. They became dust. Beware of your arrogance. But also the Quran mentions history in a way that really doesn't affect its message. It's so minute. If you were to take this sentence out of the Quran, it probably wouldn't make a big difference. But why is it there? The Quran mentions 2 different titles for the leader of the Egyptians. At the time of Musa alayhi salam, he's mentioned as Pharaoh. At the time of Yusuf alayhi salam, he's mentioned as Malik, king. Why the 2 different titles? The Bible always mentioned Pharaoh. The Torah always mentioned Pharaoh. All the historians of the time mentioned Pharaoh. So why is there such a difference? A minute difference.
Because the Syrian conquered Egypt. That's what they called their king.
That's fine. But how do we know at that time? That knowledge wasn't there. The language of the Egyptians, the hieroglyphs at that time was a dead language. The hieroglyphs was revived in the 19th century, if not the beginning of the 20th century. Think about this. Think about this. And we know for it to be true, because Pharaoh was started to mention in 14th century BC, in the New Kingdom. The old Middle Kingdom, at the time of Yusuf alayhi salam, they called him king, Malik. But no one knew that at that time. We know it to be correct today, because about 1300 years after, we learned to translate the hieroglyphs, the Egyptian language. But they never knew that at that time. So what's the best possible explanation? You can't claim now the Prophet ﷺ copied the Bible, because that means he knew what was right, left what was wrong, and took what was correct.